What is going on YouTube? It's Dylan from DK's Garage, and I'm back with another video today. Unfortunately, today's video is a bit of a sad one for the car community, so let's get right into it. If you have not heard already, SlammedEnuff 2025 was officially canceled on October 4th. That is a Saturday, and that is before the event had even finished. Between Instagram and TikTok, my feed is absolutely blown up with the SlammedEnuff chaos that's been happening over the weekend. Now, if you know me and you've watched my videos on the channel, you know I absolutely despise slammed vehicles, stance vehicles, whatever you guys want to call them. I do not care for them. I probably never will. But there's one thing I can respect, and that is a community. And by community, I mean a group of decent people getting together for the same common cause that isn't complete destruction or ruining something like completely. That being said, this video is not about me coming at the slam car community or the stance car community. It's strictly about the people that ruin these types of events for other people. And I will show you plenty of examples in this video of people doing just that. And before we get into the videos, I'd like to clear the air on some things that people keep driving me nuts on. For starters, it is not Gatlinburg anymore. It used to be Gatlinburg. You guys ruined that. It says it right on their website right here, Sevierville, not Gatlinburg. But if you notice, also known as SlammedEnuff Gatlinburg for you idiots that keep calling it Gat online. So please, you're going to see a bunch of videos that I'm showing you today where people are saying Gat this, Gat 2025 this. It's not in Gatlinburg. And let me show you. This is a map of East Tennessee. We've got Sevierville, where an actual SlammedEnuff event was hosted. We've got Pigeon Forge, where a lot of the stuff went down. And we've got Gatlinburg way down here, where the old SlammedEnuff used to be and where a lot of the car community stuff is. But the actual SlammedEnuff event, which is the reason these people were supposed to come out here, was in Sevierville. That's enough ranting about that. I actually want to show you the videos now, but just so we got a baseline understanding, it's not called GAT anymore, and these are 3 different locations. I do want to point out that since my feed has been blown up, a lot of these videos are things I've already seen, maybe different angles, but if you haven't seen them or you have, we're going to consolidate them in this video. So let's go ahead and start with this one. It says RIP GAT 26. Right off the bat, man, like, what are we doing here? Dudes standing on gas stations, absolutely no life. And the craziest part about all this is the first 5 seconds of it. You hear people revving, right? That's a motorcycle. That's not a car. But secondly, where are the cars? This is a car meet or a car community. This is where everybody's supposed to gather. There's no cars in sight. This is gonna piss me off. So let's just keep going. A bunch of people gathered around filming, like absolutely nothing cool going on here. And for those of you that don't know, this is the point of view in Pigeon Forge. This is Jimmy's Market. This is where everybody kind of gathered for pictures and a little bit of a meetup. I believe the last couple of years it's been going on, but it was a peaceful thing that everybody kind of did, and now it's turned into this takeover community. Honestly, look at the crowd of people here. Not one of these people, I bet you money, not one of these people owns a slam car or even a cool car to begin with. All these people showed up, they Ubered or had friends drive their fucking cheap ass shitty cars. At this point, like, we're so far past like normal car community activities because all people want to do is go and show up and film it on their phone, post it for TikTok, post it for YouTube, post it for their feed, but nobody genuinely gives a shit about it. So like, it drives me nuts because we can't even focus on the car stuff. We can't focus on, oh, this is a cool car or whatever. It has to be clout chasing. It has to be somebody looking for the next best high. It's insane, man. And a lot of us car people all across the world, all across the United States, we're getting fed up, dude. This is ridiculous. I apologize because this video is really just going to be one big rant about how we need to be better as a community and how we need to start maybe gatekeeping a little bit. Like, there's things like this that you have to kind of keep on the low because people like this who aren't even involved in the event are ruining it for everybody else. And like I said before, I don't even care about slam cars. I don't like them. Personally, I don't like them. But it's really annoying to see an event get shut down because of people that are doing this after hours. This was on Friday or Saturday night these videos were being posted, and it got canceled for Sunday. So all the people that actually went to the event and wanted to have a booth or actually have a car there, or all the vendors, everybody that booked tickets for all that stuff, drove out there, completely ruined because of you idiots that cannot fucking put that shit down, bro. Put the crack pipe down. I mean, listen to this Mustang, dude. Like, no modifications other than an exhaust, just slamming that shit just because. Like, so frustrating. Like I said, I apologize. It's going to be a big rant. There's going to be a bunch of these little videos that are pissing me off, but I just hope it reaches somebody. Somebody changes their mind on how they act because this shit is really annoying. And mind you, like I said, majority of the problems that happened weren't even at the event or before the event or in the parking lot of the event. It was all people after the fact, the nightlife, the takeover community. It's very frustrating that we're dealing with this. I mean, like, yeah, everybody gathers around. That's cool. If the owners are cool with it, which from some sources, people say that the owner was cool with it. He was in some of the videos, but then he wasn't cool with it. So he wanted everybody to leave. The cops wouldn't show up and kick somebody off property if they didn't want somebody to leave. And then this video is viral right now. This dude trying to punk this dude. I guess the story goes, I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. The story is basically this dude in pink got his foot ran over by this dude here in the Kobe jersey, and he slapped his mirror, and now they're fighting. So everybody was like throwing a riot. People were trying to fight this guy. By the way, they both suck at fighting. This is ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, like, this is the type of ignorance, the type of low IQ plays we're dealing with here. So this dude's just a fucking idiot, honestly. I mean, both of them are stupid because they're sitting here fighting in a crowd of people. But like, look at this right here. Edgar bowl cut, fake dreads, dude's in a wheelchair. He can't do anything. I don't know why he's trying to press this dude. He's trying to help press this. I don't know if you've seen the other angle. This dude's trying to fight him. I mean, we're talking low IQ plays, dude. Like, seriously, look at the crowd that we've got here. I'm not surprised. Not one of these dudes has a decent car. Not one. I could 100% bet the house on it. Not one of these dudes has a decent car. This is the reason right here that SlammedEnuff got canceled. And it's not just SlammedEnuff, it's other events too. I don't know if you guys saw what happened in Monterey Car Week, but it was so bad. There were so many instances just like this. Takeover culture. Cars getting crashed. And I already know, I'm gonna get comments. This isn't a takeover. They're not doing sideshow activities. It's not in an intersection. This is a freaking gas station that you took over. There's a group of people taking it over. That's what a takeover is. It used to be something where regular traffic could come in and out. Now you took a group of people, you took that event over. Now nobody can go in there. That's a takeover. If these people had a G35, you know damn well they'd be in an intersection right now. And I think one of the main reasons why this stuff kind of like irks me, it drives me nuts, is because it's reaching over here. Even in California, like I said, we had the Monterey Car Week. I wasn't personally there. I couldn't drive that far. My car won't make it. All of the events out here, regular car meets, regular car shows, the OC Cars and Coffee, it's getting taken over by a bunch of people that have shitty cars. They just show up and they want to be there for the videos, they want to be there for the TikToks, and they ruin it for everybody else. There's people revving in the parking lots, there's people bringing cars that do not belong there. It's just very, very frustrating. Now if we take a freeze frame right here and we look, I see maybe 1, 2, 3 cars. If I told you we're going to go to Sevierville and we're going to go to SlammedEnuff and we're going to have events and we're going to go to the gas station afterwards and we're going to have this cool thing, you would think, right, that there would be cars there. The people that couldn't get into the show are going to show off their builds after the show. That's usually what happens. The parking lots are usually car meets, especially SlammedEnuff. All the parking lots are full of people who didn't necessarily make the event or didn't want to get in, didn't want to pay for it. They show up, park their car, and it's a car show out. The combined credit score for all these people, I guarantee you, is still below good. It's probably a 640. Look at this clown right now. Does this dude or this dude look like they pulled up in a decent build? No, they don't. These dudes don't have a car, and if they do, it's parked in a lot way down the way. It's not worth even showing. So they're gonna show up here and just basically wreak havoc for TikTok. This group of people, I guarantee you, out of the, let's just say 1,000 people there, I say maybe 100 graduated high school. Here we go, bro. As much as I agree with this dude that there's a bunch of shitboxes there, it's funny to me that he does not have a high enough IQ to know how to use tally mark. When you hit 5, you do your slash. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 slash. I didn't think kids were that dumb. I think I learned tally marks in the kindergarten, and then he's saying rev it on the side. Just part of the problem, dude. And that's why I said, as a car person, this is just so frustrating for me to watch. And I bet you a lot of other people feel the same way. I've seen other YouTubers already talking about it. I mean, it's literally been 2 days and people are talking about it. Like, and this happened last year at the 2024 Gatlinburg SlammedEnuff. It got so bad. Takeovers, people were dying, people were in car crashes. Like, there was legitimate huge problems. Look how many police cars are here. Look how much taxpayer dollars we're having to waste because you guys are doing stupid shit. But as a car person, as somebody who genuinely likes that stuff, you guys are ruining it because you don't even like the cars. There's no freaking cars. There's like 1 or 2, maybe 3 cars in there. Where is the actual car related shit? Because now when it came to Sunday where people actually wanted to show off their builds, you ruined it. I think we're finally reaching that peak point of like stupidity in the car community, and we're getting there. I know people are realizing it. We've been realizing it for a long time, but we're getting to that point where people are getting fed up with it. Like, even the actual SlammedEnuff company had to go out and say, we don't condone any of this behavior, all this stuff, and it wasn't even happening at their event. It was the cause of their event. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. I mean, they gathered a lot of people for these events. It usually gets a lot of traffic, and usually a lot of people show up, and unfortunately this year and 2024 both got the worst kind of crowd, and it just is going to get progressively worse to the point where they're probably going to have to cancel SlammedEnuff at least least in this part of Tennessee. Or who knows? It might even be canceled altogether. That's the level of problems we're at with this stuff. I also know there's going to be people out there that are like, oh, that was just one instance. That was just at that gas station in Pigeon Forge. How could it possibly be all of SlammedEnuff or all of GAT or all of the... Dude, just watch. I mean, we're looking at people doing burnouts on the back roads, like showing up in shitty ass cars like this. It's everywhere. And this bled into multiple nights. There's TikTok lives all over TikTok about people drag racing down the strip. It's not just that. Then it bleeds over to people like driving on the back roads. Tail of the Dragon. Just...
Oh my fucking god.
Not even knowing how to drive. I mean, like, this is the type of crowd you bring. There's way too many people in one area. You're bound to have more accidents. And you're bringing the wrong kind of people, so that number's already going to be elevated. I mean, the takeovers was already bad. Like, doing intersection takeovers and drifting in the middle of the intersection and blocking things off, stealing cars and doing all this stuff, that was already bad enough. Now you're taking over normal events that people pay to do. Like, these people paid a lot of money. As much as their cars kind of pissed me off, they paid a lot of money to get there. They paid a lot of money to go there and bring their car there, or have a booth, or have a vendor, or whatever, make plans, take time off of work, all that stuff. You're ruining it for those people just so you can post on TikTok. And guess what? These TikToks will last probably through the week, maybe next week will bleed in a little bit, and then they're gone. It's just out of your memory. But the people that were going to show up, the people that were going to have their car there, were going to have those professional pictures forever. They were going to show their kids. They were going to do, like, have it on their magazines. They were going to put on their websites. They were going to sell their stuff. Their brand was going to expand, all that stuff, but you ruined it because you want to be an idiot at a takeover. We've let it get this bad as a car community, but there's a point where we have to just push it off. I mean, there's some things we can do. We're guilty by association, unfortunately, in that aspect, but there's some things that we can do to really disassociate with these people so we can actually have car events. And yes, the people that pay to get into these events, that's already a barrier of entry. A lot of these people can't even afford the $50 or $100 it costs to get into a show or whatever. They can't afford that, so they do dumb stuff like this. There needs to be a clear separation, like, so the people that are actually part of the event or are there to watch the event should be in a group of people, and then the nightlife stuff like this that actually ends up in craziness should be a different group of people. Stop lumping them together. Stop being part of the problem. Even if you're a car guy and you just showed up to this Jimmy's Market, or you just showed up to these events where people are drag racing, doing burnouts in the street, you're part of the problem. You may not be the guys that stand by takeovers, but you're standing by stuff that gets us in trouble, and it gets the car community in trouble. And that's less and less things we can do and more regulation. That's why California is so bad. There's so many people congested in one area. The odds of people that are going to do more terrible things are so much higher that California goes, oh, we're just going to nip it all in the bud. We're going to make you have to do smog. We're going to make you have no modifications. You have to get pulled over. There's a state rep. All this stuff. All because people are acting out, and there's just so many more people in a condensed area. That's exactly what happened in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Sevierville, whatever you want to call it. SlammedEnuff 2025. That's exactly what happened. That's my rant. I genuinely would be surprised if there's another SlammedEnuff in East Tennessee or Tennessee in general. I'd be really surprised if there's another one anytime soon because of these people. It's just going to get progressively worse as time goes on unless we do something to stop it. And I know that's easier said than done. You're like, what are you going to do to stop it? Like I said, there needs to be a clear separation. There needs to be real prosecution for these people that are doing dumb things and not for the people that are doing nothing. A modification doesn't make you a bad person. It's stuff like this that does. So the people here, they need to be arrested, prosecuted, do all that stuff so that way people actually stop attending these things because there's real life consequences. Anyways, that's probably going to do it for me today. Like I said, it wasn't a very eventful video, unfortunately, as far as my content goes, but there's a lot going on, and I'd like to make that point in the car community and kind of let you know where I stand, because I know there's a lot of people that are out there, especially YouTube or creators, that are they're not really speaking their mind, or they're afraid to speak their mind because the vast majority of people are looking at this kind of stuff right now. This is what's hot, is people doing dumb stuff and doing it for clicks and doing it for likes. So there's a lot of creators that are probably not going to say anything. So I'd just like to get my opinion out there and kind of let you guys know where I stand on it. But yeah, unfortunately, SlammedEnuff was canceled. That really sucks for everybody involved. But hopefully we could do better next year if there is a next year. And if there isn't, there's a lot more car events in the future. And like I said, as a true car person that's genuinely in it for the automobile, like working on the car, the community surrounding it, it's very frustrating. And I truly have high hopes for the future. Thank you so much for watching the video. And I hope that this struck the right chords for people. Just for the fun of it, comment down below. If you know somebody, put their @ down there. Let them know what they're doing is stupid, tag them in this video. And if you see any clowns in this video, tag them in this video as well. Let them know that they're publicly being shamed, because it's very frustrating, bro. And nobody thinks you're cool, so let everybody know. Comment them down below. Throw an @ down there. When people back in the day used to do dumb things and frustrate people or do illegal things or whatever, you know what they did? They put them in public and they stoned them. They threw stones at them. So metaphorically, I'm not telling anybody to go hit anybody with stones or do any physical harm. Metaphorically, we need to throw stones at these people. We need to go out there and publicly shame people. You have a platform, I have a platform. When people do bad things, metaphorically, you want to throw stones at them. So this is the perfect time to do that. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you again for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Please leave a like, a comment below, and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Peace.